Welcome, friends. Thank you for being here. This is Self Love Mastery series, and in this video, I want to share with you 3 steps to self love mastery, without which I believe none of us can really have healthy, holistic, and really beautiful relationships with ourselves. So, just to begin with, I want to unpack for a second what is self love in my understanding. Self-love, in my understanding, is everything about your internal world. It's nothing related to things you are purchasing to give yourself love, or places you travel to give yourself love. For me, self-love, and as I look at it, it's a daily internal experience. It's how free you feel from the inside. It's how compassionate you are with yourself. It's how good you feel about yourself on a daily basis. So for me, a person who is in a good place within self-love, it's a person who doesn't doubt themselves, doesn't feel stuck or doesn't feel blocked to express themselves. For me, it's a person who doesn't self-sacrifice, who understands and honors their own needs, wishes, and desires, and actively participates in nurturing the well-being of the internal self. Okay, so to clarify this, I think it's very important that self-love is not about how we look or how we exercise or what we buy to ourselves. Has nothing to do with anything external. Self-love is really an internal process. Now, I want to give you this 3 steps so that if you feel like you need to start shifting your relationships with yourself and finding a little bit more internal security, and give yourself more recognition and give yourself more compassion, kindness, and respect to your inner being. You can call it your soul, you can call it your spirit, you can call it I am. But these 3 steps will first and foremost establish a very healthy foundation for you to build upon. All right? So the step number 1 is having space for you in your life. Unfortunately, most of the times I work with people and I see also people not knowing that there is a very important part of their life that has to be reserved only for their own being, for their needs. And I call it space for yourself. So by space, I mean, it's not only the time when you're going to cut your hair, or it's not only the time when you're going shopping, okay? So space for yourself, it's just a place and a moment in time where you go and you spend time alone. It can be a walk in nature by yourself, without having any agenda, without going anywhere or having any specific intention, just you walking in nature. It can be just having, a lunch with yourself somewhere in the middle of the city and just being there, enjoying your meal by yourself. It can be as simple as just locking the door in your room and spending 1 hour just being with yourself there. So I believe these are crucial moments without which we just don't get to sense and feel ourselves, to get any insights, to connect with our intuition. Without this space, and constantly having people there and constantly going from one place to another and fulfilling tasks, it is taking us further and further away from ourselves every single day. And when I work with my students, usually I kind of show them their life, and I create circles. So this is the circle for your work, this is the circle for your family. Where are you in this picture? And usually their circle is very, very far away from the center, and it's not even the question, or it's not even an idea to have their own bubble, their own center in the middle. Why? Because we don't know that, because life happens to us, and we forget that our well-being is important, that our needs are important, and we start taking care of our businesses, taking care of our kids, our spouses, and other things, but we forget about ourselves. So that bubble, that circle of you, my well-being, my needs, my space, needs to come and take its central position right in the middle of your life image. Okay. The step number 2 is super powerful, and it's called embodiment. Embodiment means to be connected to your body, to sense and feel your bodily needs, to sense and feel your sensations, and to be connected. Just for example, you need to have your breakfast, right? And you just keep working, drinking coffee on empty stomach, and you don't stop. You're overriding your sensations in the body, and your body is starving. And this is a very simple example of lack of connection to your body, meaning you don't hear yourself. You don't hear your body, and that becomes really a problem, at some point. The second thing is when you, for example, you need to sense and feel what has been happening here in your emotional center for a long time, and you just don't want to go there. You just don't want to feel, oh my God, there is still some heartache from that experience or that relationship. There is still a little bit of feeling I'm not good enough, but we just don't want to look at it. We don't want to pay attention to it, so we tend to just distract ourselves with other things and focus on something else. Because some of the feelings and some of the sensations in our body are not pleasant, and we just don't want to feel them. But I can tell you, without really going into your body and checking in and saying what's here and what's here and what's here, you can really lose that connection with yourself and just be stuck in your head and just think about everything instead of feel your way into things. So step number 2 is getting back into your body. And to get back into your body, what can help you is, in my opinion, yin yoga is a really powerful tool. So it's exercise, but it's very slow. It's not running, it's not fitness. It is something really slow and mindful that relates to your body. Mindful movement, slow movement, embodied movement, slow hatha yoga, those practices can help you to go back to your body. Okay, so step number 3, in my opinion, is crucial for self-love basic foundations, is ability to create boundaries, right? Is your ability to say, no, I'm sorry, I cannot do this. No, not this time. No, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like going there. So it's your ability to establish some kind of, rules in a way, how much other people can take your time, how much other people can take your energy. Sometimes when we have self-worth issues, we don't feel good about ourselves, and our strategy is to gain other people's love and respect. We may go into this never-ending giving, serving, selfless service, and that's not good. When you need to deserve someone's love and attention, if you tend to give all of yourself to get there, at the end of the day, this can become an issue for your wellness and your well-being. So what I'm talking about here is to understand when is enough, where you have spent the amount of energy you had for others, and when you need to stop and really prioritize fulfilling your needs, taking care of yourself, and giving yourself that time, that love, and that attention, right? So these 3 steps, having your space, being in your body, and ability to have boundaries and say no are the core foundation of your holistic, beautiful relationships with your own being. So in Self Love Mastery program, I really go into 8 different sessions with people to go and explore why they have this strategy to try to gain love from somewhere, why they don't feel good about themselves in this way, why they are like this, like this. We're exploring and we are really going in depth to understand, clear, and heal our relationships with ourselves. But I can tell you that I will be teaching in Self Love Mastery these 3 steps as a pure foundation. So I hope this also helps you, and maybe today it can be a good beginning to start thinking in terms of prioritizing space for yourself in your life, taking time to connect to your body, and also your ability to feel how much energy you have and to say no when you feel the outside world is taking too much out of you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon again. Much love.